What's up, you guys? Welcome back. If you are new here, I am Haley. I am a mom of two precious little girls. One is 4, one is 2. And I am newly pregnant with a brand new baby. I'm about to share the gender because we found out in week 11. This video is going to be finishing my first trimester update. So weeks 11 through 13. I am 13 weeks and 5 days today, so almost done. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do week 13 anyways. Some people are on the edge whether the first trimester ends in week 12 or at the end of week 12 or at the end of week 13. So I went ahead and just filmed this. I waited until I was 13 weeks anyways, just so that we are all definitely on the same page. I'm about to be in my second trimester and I cannot be more excited. So let's just get right into the video. Week 11, let me look at my update. Let me look at my little Pregnancy Plus app. You guys know it's my favorite app. You guys, it is snowing. It is so beautiful outside. I have to show you guys what it looks like. So week 11, the baby is 2 inches and 2.13 inches. And almost half an ounce. Your baby's liver and spleen are now producing blood cells. The movement is happening. They're starting to stretch and kick and even make faces. That's crazy. And then it says their kidneys are now producing urine from the amniotic fluid that the baby ingests. Super cute. Let me show you guys the picture of the baby that they have on this part. I know it's going to be blurry for you guys, but at least you guys can tell that it definitely looks like a baby this week instead of that weird little form that we were seeing in the last weeks. We found out pretty much at 11 weeks, like the day I turned 11 weeks, what the gender was. You guys, I took it's called Invitae, is the test that I took from my doctor. I took it at 9 weeks. 6 days was when they drew my blood. I took it at the appointment that I found out that it wasn't twins. It was super easy. I'm not one to get like nauseous or weird about blood. I don't mind seeing it. It's totally fine. I've never had any issues with getting blood drawn. The lady who drew my blood also was really cool. She found the vein very easily. As soon as I got home, they had given me like a little card with a barcode on it that I could scan into my phone, create an account, and then I could get updates of what process the test was in from that code. So Dakari and I were literally like checking it literally like every hour. I was trying so hard to get it off my mind to just like think about other things, but it's so hard when you know something is happening and you know somebody's going to tell you the gender of your baby. Like I literally couldn't stop thinking about it, so I just kept looking. And it was funny because the test, like, it only had 3 levels. So it was like received. So the sample was received and then processing, and then it was like your doctor has, your answers, like it's done. And so I kept checking it. It actually got to received like the day that I drew my blood, and then it was processing for literally the entire 7 days that we were supposed to wait. We were like, maybe they'll come back quicker. Like, it says 5 to 7 days, but day 5 got here, it wasn't here. Day 6 got here, it wasn't here. And then day 7, I finally called them. I was like, do y'all have my results or what? And they were like, yes, they've been sent to your doctor, even though my little barcode wasn't showing me that it had been sent yet. So I called the doctor and I was like, hey, I'm having a gender reveal this weekend. Like, I need to know the results if you guys have it. And luckily they had it. It was a great experience. I was reading reviews right after, of course. I don't know, I really should not Google things. Honestly, nobody should Google things because just the worst always comes up. But I was reading reviews of the Invitae test after I took it. And so many people were talking about how they charged them too much and how they didn't get their results for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take so long. I mean, I guess I would have been fine if it did take a long time, but I was anxious. But it was a great experience for me, so if you guys are using that test too, I would assume you guys will probably have good experiences, especially since it's just genetic testing. As far as the genetic testing came back, it came back negative. Everything was good. So the gender of our baby is a boy. It's a sweet little baby boy. I am getting rid of my girl mom title and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm excited. I'm happy obviously I don't even care if the baby's a boy or a girl in the first place, but I am excited to see like what I end up like as a boy mom. The only thing that really makes me nervous is that boys are just so wild to me. But I mean, my girls are wild too, but they just seem dirty and they seem like wild, and I'm like a very like, I'm not a very anxious person, but I feel like things, I was about to like literally oxymoron that. I was gonna say, I feel like things stress me out a lot. Everything is like blue, or like, how do you dress baby boys? Like, I don't know. Girls are just so exciting. Girls are so easy to shop for because it's like, just get everything pink. Like, just anything is cute with girls. I feel like it's so easy to find cute girl outfits, and I just feel like a boy is going to take more effort, but I could be completely wrong. I'm sure whenever we have this baby boy, he's going to be the cutest. He's going to be super stylish because I know Dakari will dress him right. So I'm also super nervous about circumcision. Like, that just, the whole like ordeal freaks me out. I've told Dakari multiple times, like, look, you wanted this little boy, so like, that's you. Like, you got that. You're changing the diapers at night too, because I'm not trying to get peed on. That's another thing, like, changing a baby boy's diaper. I feel like girls are so, it's not that it's simple, but it's just, there's nothing in the way. Like, those are the things that I thought about when I had a boy. And also when I read the message that said boy, I seriously thought that my mind was playing tricks on me. As far as symptoms go for week 11, you guys, I honestly have been feeling great. Like, I really am so appreciative of this pregnancy. And it's funny because when I was telling my symptoms to you guys, every single person was like, that's a boy, 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 right? And a lot of people were really just saying it was a boy because I wasn't nauseous and because I was feeling okay. I really think what made me think that I was having a boy was that my pregnancy was just different. I just felt very differently than what I felt with the girls. And it's been so weird how hungry I've been this entire pregnancy. I wrote that down as a symptom too. I'm almost like trying to tell myself, like, you're not really hungry, like, chill out, that's not real. because I've never been this hungry in my life. Now I literally wake up starving. Like, as soon as I get out of the bed, I'm hungry. And then I eat, and then literally 2 hours later, I'm starving again. Like, I start to get that hungry feeling. And if I don't act on it, I'm gonna be nauseous because I'm so hungry that I'm nauseous. And then what happens is I get in this like downward spiral of being so nauseous and so hungry at the same time. And it's like, I'll eat, but I'm also nauseous, so it doesn't even feel good to eat. So it's honestly just so bad. So I try to avoid that feeling as much as I possibly can by honestly eating every 2 hours. I noticed a little bit of heartburn going on, but not too bad, and it really just is dependent on what I eat, which is actually usual for my life. That's really not just a pregnancy thing. I am somebody who has heartburn anyways, pregnant or not. That's about all I wrote for week 11. The biggest part of week 11 was that we found out that it was a baby boy. Other than that, it was pretty much normal. Honestly, same goes for week 12, but let's get into that one. So I will tell you guys the size of the baby. Let's see. It's so funny. I hadn't looked at my app for a couple weeks, and I just looked today and I'm like, oh my God. I was telling Dakari, I was like, look how cute the little baby is. Okay, so week 12, your baby is 3 inches. They have the ability to close and open their mouth. The organs are developing into their final shapes: the stomach, the liver, the pancreas, and the intestines. The lungs are practicing breathing in amniotic fluid, which is a big deal. If you press the ruler, it shows you the baby, like the actual baby size. So this is the actual size. The week was very similar to week 11. I was bloated, I was constipated. I've been feeling very bloated. Like I said, in week 11, I've been so bloated, you guys. And it's coming from like constipation. Honestly, I've been super constipated this pregnancy, and it's awful, like awful. It's something I didn't experience with the girls in that pregnancy either. I finally texted my doctor because it was very off and on, but I finally texted my doctor and I was like, please, like, give me some stool softeners because I literally cannot handle this. What happens is I just start to feel like I feel pretty fine all day long. And I think it's really coming. I think where it's coming from is me not drinking coffee. Coffee is still like to me. Drip coffee specifically. Lattes are fine. Iced coffee is fine with me. Like tea, that kind of stuff is all fine. But drip coffee, for some reason, in every pregnancy has been too acidic for my stomach to handle. So as soon as I try to drink it, and especially hot, it just doesn't sit right. So I have to stop drinking it. But I think that that's also why I'm constipated. I know that that's like TMI, you guys, but this is a pregnancy vlog and I'm sure other people are going through it. So yeah, I think it's because I'm not drinking coffee, because it seems like on days that I drink coffee, I'm fine. But I also just don't like the coffee. I don't know why. I'm hoping that that goes away pretty soon, because I love drip coffee. Like, I love it. I really just need to get some Nespresso pods so I can just make lattes at home by myself. I've been like Ubering lattes, which is honestly so bad. So bad. Okay. On to the next thing. Okay, so I was kind of nauseous on and off. That's been an ongoing thing. If I get in the car, I'm nauseous. If I'm not driving, if I'm the passenger and I'm just riding, I am so nauseous. It's making me nervous. I feel like this little boy is going to be a terror in the car. I feel like that's what my body is telling me. My body is like, this little boy doesn't like the car. He's not going to like the car when he gets out. He's going to be the devil. The car is not going to put him, the car is not going to put him to sleep like it does with my other babies, and that is going to be awful. I'm really hoping that that is not the case, so I should probably stop saying it and stop putting it in the universe, but I had to tell y'all. Okay, I'm not breaking out, which is amazing. My skin has stayed so clear this pregnancy, and I know I told you guys, like, at the beginning it was clear and I thought it was my skincare. My skincare might have something to do with it. It might be that I have an actual skincare routine versus when I was pregnant with the girls, I had absolutely no skincare routine. But my skin has been very, very, very dry. I keep getting eczema in like different spots, and I have pretty bad eczema, so I have to like kind of catch on to it super quick, because otherwise it'll just get everywhere. Last thing for week 12 is literally, let's see, I turned 13 weeks last Thursday. On Monday, we tested positive for COVID. So we were about to go on a trip with some friends to Colorado, and randomly, like in the morning that we were supposed to leave for our trip, Kaya was being really weird. And we had all kind of been like congested, but the weather in Texas, you guys, has been literally like snowing one day, 80 degrees the next day, snowing, like freezing cold the next day. So anytime the weather is like that, my allergies go crazy. So I just assumed I had allergies, like very, very minimal allergies, you guys. I had no feeling that I was sick at all until Kaya started throwing up, and we were like, what the heck? So we went to go take a COVID test, because my dad actually had a bunch of at-home COVID tests. So he was like, yeah, you guys can all like come take one. So we did. When we went to take them, we were like, these are definitely going to come back negative. We 100% don't have COVID. Like, we're just taking these as a precaution so we can go on this trip and still feel like, you know, we're not hurting anybody, right? If Kaya's, it's just she has a stomach bug or something, right? So we all take the test. Literally every single one comes back positive in like 3 seconds. The other thing was, right after we got tested, I guess I realized I wasn't congested, I was sick, but that was really the only symptom I had. So we are completely okay. Dakari and Zaina really had no symptoms, like at all. I mean, I think Dakari's nose might have been a little stuffed up, or I don't even know. He really had no symptoms. Zaina had no symptoms. The only symptom that Kaya had was that she threw up. Neither of them ever ran fevers. I've never ran a fever. Dakari hasn't run a fever. But that same day, like at like 5 o'clock, I lost all of my taste and smell. And that was when I was like 100% sure, because I've been sick like many times. I'm not somebody who's like sickly, but I do get sick. And I also have really bad allergies. And so I honestly lose my smell. Not often, but I've lost my smell before, but this was completely different. Like, I literally couldn't smell anything. Like, if you would put a Sharpie under my nose, I couldn't smell that. Like, nothing. I couldn't taste anything. I could taste, like, that things were salty, but it wasn't that I was tasting it. It was more that I could feel, I had that feeling that it was salty on my tongue, or spicy, or sweet. Like, I could tell those things, but other than that, no idea, like, what flavor profile the things had, right? But obviously, like, I felt really awful as soon as I found out. The only thing that I could think about, like, I wasn't thinking about this trip. I wasn't thinking about anything, you know. Of course, I wanted to make sure that Kaya was okay because she was the only one that was throwing up. As soon as we got home, you guys, she was fine. Running around, like, eating, drinking. She literally was so fine. But I was just really worried about the baby. I didn't know how COVID affects babies. I was not about to Google because I know if I Googled, I would go into a rabbit hole of like thinking I'm killing my child. So I just tried to stay away from it. I did stay away from it. I notified my doctor and I thought that she was really just gonna be like, if you are feeling bad, like let us know. Like I really thought it was just gonna be treated like a cold, you know? And it wasn't. So as soon as I told them, the way that they were acting about it really freaked me out. Like I feel like they were freaking out, so I was freaking out. I didn't talk to anybody on the phone, so like they weren't literally freaking out, but they just were sending me a lot of information very quickly, and it just made me really nervous. Like one of the first messages my doctor sent me back, and my actual doctor texted me, which also kind of made me nervous. But she was just like, okay, well, now that you're a COVID mom, like, this is what we're doing. Like, now your pregnancy is high risk. Now you're going to have to do all these extra ultrasounds. Now we are going to have to think about induction, but we'll take it one day at a time, like, because something with the placenta. And it just, like, really freaked me out. I got induced with Zaina, and this entire time, and I feel like it's kind of, it doesn't matter. All I want is a healthy baby, but you know, I do think this is my last pregnancy, and I did really want to try to go into labor naturally this time instead of getting induced like I did with Zaina. I am lucky enough to have gone into labor naturally with Kaya, so I do know what that experience is like. So it's not going to be devastating, but I did want that experience for my last pregnancy. But there are positives to induction. It's really great to know exactly when you're going into the hospital. It's really great to know that you're going to be delivered by the person you want to be delivered by, which I haven't had any other babies with any other doctors, and I don't plan to, and I don't have any interest to. So who knows, I might have ended up getting induced anyways. But anyways, getting all of this information really freaking freaked me out. They were like, stay off of Google, like it was freaking me out. So I had a lot of mom guilt. I felt really bad about it. I felt like, oh, I did this to my child. Like I made this decision to go here and do this and be around these people, and I could have gotten it there and whatever. I was trying to trace where I got it from. I was mad at everybody that I was ever around, and really I'm not in control of the situation. It's not up to me. I don't know where I had got it from. There are millions of places that I could have gotten this from. I could have just gone to the grocery store and got it from a freaking box of Cheez-Its for all I know. But mom guilt is real. It's something that all of us deal with. So whatever. I have gotten over it, and honestly, not having symptoms helped me out a lot too. So not ever feeling very, very sick made me feel like, okay, well, if I don't feel sick, my baby is probably also not feeling sick. As soon as I told my Instagram about it, I also got a lot of messages from people who are NICU nurses or people who are OBGYN nurses, and a lot of them were telling me like they have yet to see a COVID mom pass it to their baby. I've been very clear on my Instagram, and I'll be very clear here. If you do know of somebody who has passed with their baby or any complications, I have no interest in knowing. I literally don't want to know that at all, so please don't comment it. That was the biggest thing for week 12. Again, I felt really great regardless. Even after the COVID test, I felt fine. I had one day where I was feeling really like congested, but I really think that it was honestly that I was so upset that I tested positive. I was so worried about the baby that like my body was also reacting, so I was making myself feel bad. The only real symptom that I think that I had was congestion, and I'm talking like I'm not talking like congestion, like headache, fever, I'm dying, I can't breathe. I'm talking like congestion, like literally light allergies, you guys, and that I couldn't smell and taste. I am finally getting my smell and taste back. Let's go into week 13. So I turned 13 weeks last Thursday, so that would have been 3 days after we tested. Wait, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, 3 days after we tested positive. And I just got my taste back like yesterday. And when it was coming back, you guys, awful. Like, honestly, so awful. Like, I was so nauseous all day because it was like my smell was halfway coming back. I still couldn't taste anything, but I could smell things, and it wasn't like I was smelling something specific. It was just a lot of things, and it was making me so nauseous all day because I was like halfway smelling. I wrote down my aversions. I haven't really been having aversions this pregnancy, you guys, and I feel like that's why I'm so hungry. Like, it's really weird to be hungry. I didn't want to eat anything when I was pregnant with the girls. Like, honestly, I don't even know when I became excited to eat food. And when I did become excited to eat food with the girls, I was much farther along in my pregnancy, and also I was so obsessed with potatoes. It was insane. I'm not as obsessed with potatoes this pregnancy. I'm kind of just like, I just want like some food. But I always have had aversions towards meat when I'm pregnant. It's gross, especially if it's raw. I'm not going to touch it. But what's really weird is I've been very weird about seafood. So honestly, I really love seafood, like in my regular life. I love salmon, I love shrimp. Honestly, talking about these things right now, I'm getting like nauseous from saying them, because even thinking about the food is making me like, ugh, that's gross. So I've been really weird about seafood. Also, runny eggs. So I had posted on my Instagram story the other day about eating runny eggs when you're pregnant or not, because I just ran across an article that was like, you can eat runny eggs now that you're pregnant. And I was like, what? That's crazy. Like, my doctors definitely have always told me I couldn't. So I posted on my story trying to see like who did eat runny eggs and who didn't. And I had so many moms like reply to me and be like, I definitely ate runny eggs. Now, some of them had no idea that they couldn't. I feel like when I know things, I don't do it. Like now because I know I'm not supposed to, I can't get my mind off of it, even if I know that some people did it, right? But I actually accidentally had ordered something that usually has a runny egg, and I forgot to ask for it over hard, and I broke into it, and I almost puked looking at the yolk coming down. So I guess that was an aversion too. I have a few things to show you guys, a few things that we've gotten and a few things that I've changed up. One, I got a pregnancy pillow, and it has literally changed my life. I hated the pregnancy pillow when I had it with Kaya. I did have a different version. Let me show you guys what I have. So the one that I have is like this. It's like a C. And so like I put my legs on this side and my head on this side, or even if I turn around, I still have this to put my knees on. I think really like getting my hips aligned and putting my knees, the pillow between my knees really helps me like get a good night's sleep. But I also really like to cuddle, and my freaking husband doesn't want to cuddle with me, which is like super rude. But now I can cuddle with this pillow. But it's funny, I have the U-shaped one with Kaya, which I really don't think was the difference. I think I was so dumb, and I didn't like not being close to Dakari while I was sleeping. So the pregnancy pillow bothered me with Kaya because I couldn't like be all up on him when I was sleeping. This time I tried it out, obsessed with it. I think I'll never get rid of it. Honestly, I get the greatest sleep ever, and I was getting the worst sleep before. I really was like waking up all night long, and to be honest, since I got that pillow, I don't think I've woken up in the middle of the night, which is funny. Another thing I did was I changed my prenatals. They're the best prenatals, you guys. I can't even believe that I was like debating them. I was worried that they didn't have the most nutrients possible, but they actually do. The only thing they're low in is calcium, and I drink lattes every single day, so I know I'm getting the milk that I need. Sometimes I eat cereal too, so I know that I'm getting the calcium in that I need from my food. They're very aesthetically pleasing. Like, this is very millennial like type of pill. They are capsule and capsule, so there is, you guys again are not, this is not going to focus. But maybe I'll put a picture, you guys can look them up. They have pretty much, it's a clear capsule with gel inside of it, like it's like oil inside of it. I'm sure that's some kind of vitamin. And then there's another capsule inside of the oil, and that's what's got like other vitamins. So what's really cool about that is it's delayed release, so it helps you not be nauseous. I could probably take these in the morning and not really have to worry about like being nauseous during the day, because it's gonna release the nutrients delayed, so they're not gonna hurt your stomach so much. But also the pills are like gel pills, if that makes sense. So the outside of it is like gel instead of that like hard like Flintstone vitamin freaking other ones that I was taking. They were awful. They're horse pills. These pills are still pretty big, but so much easier to take. I dreaded taking those pills. I finished my registry, you guys. Well, it's not completely finished. Like, I'm sure I'll add things here and there when I see them, but I pretty much have it all done. Another thing about the registry is thinking about baby showers. Now that I have been exposed to COVID, I'm definitely taking all of the possible precautions that I can. So I may have just a drive-through baby shower with just our immediate family and my very close friends who have been tested over. That's what I'm thinking. If the situation is not controlled, I could feel differently by the time we get to that point, but I really do not want to risk getting this a second time in my pregnancy. Hopefully we can have a normal baby shower. Hopefully we can invite all our friends, we can eat good food, we can not have masks on our face and like look at each other. That would be freaking amazing. But I did do most of the registry. I really, with the registry, wasn't doing it like thinking about gifts. Honestly, I'm using it as a list of things that I need to make sure to get before the baby is here. So literally what's on my registry is exactly what I want and the things that I need, which is really good. I don't have like a bunch of crap on there like I did when I was pregnant with Kaya. So it's definitely just the necessities and exactly the products that I want. We did buy some little outfits. Dakari got excited about having a baby boy, so he did buy these little onesies for him. We bought this little outfit. It's super cute. We got it from Bye Bye Baby. One day we were just bored. Like, we didn't go there to look at outfits, so we were just bored and we were walking around. I also wanted to see that Duna stroller. I want that stroller so bad, y'all. I'm definitely going to get it, whether somebody gets it for me or I get it for myself. I feel that it's 100% worth it. It's insane that the stroller is also a car seat and just, you know, crazy. So we got that for him. We also got this little onesie. Like, look how tiny this is. I'm gonna have a little tiny little baby. And again, like, when I think about it, I'm like, it's gonna be a baby boy. Like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then we got this one. Super cute. So he's got his first outfits from his daddy. I thought it was a super sweet moment. Like, how cute. I also made this little sign. I'm going to cover up the name, although, like, if you know us at all, like, you know what the name of the baby is going to be. But I'm going to cover it up anyways. This little sign will be, like, the sign that we put next to him in the hospital to, like, announce when he's here and take our little picture. So it's really cute. I actually got this in my little, like, bump box subscription thing. It just says welcome baby and then his name, and then it says August, whatever, August. I didn't put the date because I don't know the date, so it says 2021. So super cute. I feel like that made it really real for me when I was putting that in there, but I knew I didn't want to use that for anything else, so I just wrote it anyways. And I also thought, like, once we get the nursery done, like, that'll be really cute to put in there. I'm super excited for this nursery because I feel like my style has, like, I don't know, like, matured. So I think it's gonna be really cute. That's all that I wanted to show you guys. That's all that I have to share. We're about to lose light in like 5 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are finally in the 2nd trimester and I'm super excited. I can't wait to get a belly. I can't wait to just like feel him move. I can not wait for that, you guys. Like, another thing I forgot to mention to you guys is that I've been having to check the heartbeat every single day with my at-home Doppler for the 10, they said for 10 days, because I tested positive for COVID. So they're like, yes, you could just check every day for reassurance for the next 10 days. So I've been doing that. I find the heartbeat so quick. That is all for this pregnancy update. I know it was very long. I might actually have to split it into 2 videos for you guys so that you guys can watch on Instagram. For YouTube, I'll put it all the way up there. But I'm super excited. Talk to you guys later. Bye.